Hey guys, Porky Minch here. Today I'm here to show you how to perform transmutation without a bar statue, wires, or any other pre-generated objects from a world. First things first, we have to start the world in multiplayer. Technically you can do it in single player, but then you'll have to reload the world twice. Whereas starting in multiplayer, you only have to restart once. Alright. So, get yourself a setup like this. The walls aren't totally necessary, but you'll probably want at least a few down there. These blocks, these 4 blocks here, these should be all wood or all dirt. Stone might work, but wood or dirt is fine. You can build the rest of this out of dirt or wood, but just make sure that these ones are not, I don't know, green stucco blocks or something. Right. So first things first, we want to create a desync. So it's easy enough to do by creating a stair underneath this torch. And now, if we drop a coin, don't put it next to it. If you drop a coin up here, it falling down will update the torch on the client side so that it pops off, but it's still there, server side. And next step is to stabilize it, so we can put a block here or put a wall behind it. I prefer just putting a block. But now we have a server side torch there. So if we put a door here and we open it, this will open client side, but it does not open server side. So we can break that, and now we have an invisible server side door there. And we can propagate the propagate the doors. If we place one back here, open it up into this other door, break that, and now we have our door here. So we do that a few more times. And we want 2 of these, so now here and here, we've got 2 doors. So chuck our campfire, right-click it once. Don't right-click it twice, right-click it once. And then we can come back in the world, give it a few seconds to save, because otherwise, if you're too fast, I think it can kind of undo what you did. But there we go. Now we have part of a campfire. So this right here, it gets transmuted when we right-click this. And this is marked yellow because that's the fuel tile for this second campfire. So if we put a door here, put a couple of torches. So this will transmute that campfire so it won't work correctly. So when we click it, it'll transmute the 6 tiles below it. So, but that's not enough. We need to update the block so that we can keep moving it. And just like that, we have Bastless Transmutation. But it's not super convenient yet, so what we do is we hoik a couple of platforms here. And this block up here isn't really required, but it makes it nice and easy to tell where you have to right-click the campfire. So now you can just, you press down to enter the hoik. You don't have to hold down, but you have to hold right so that it'll constantly open the door. And you can just keep right-clicking on the campfire, and it'll keep going up the sprite sheet. Now, if we want to go down the sprite sheet, or I guess go down in IDs, rather, my bad, we disable this campfire by clicking this tile here. Not one of these other tiles. You have to click this tile specifically, then undo that. That way, we can place a block here, we can place a wood block, without updating either of these campfires, so that they don't break. So now, if we repeat the process, it'll go down the sprite sheet instead. Bit hard to show off, but you can see the items are in fact going down in ID. I keep saying down the sprite sheet, and At the moment, they're going down in ID, but up the sprite sheet. It's a little confusing. But... So, some applications. This, although it is kind of powerful, it does have its limitations, so you'll want to move on to other kinds of transmutation. So, I'll show you some ways to do that. So, if you go up with torches a few times... Did I go too far? I think I did. That's okay. We can go the other way quite easily. One more, maybe? That's not it. There we go. There you go. And now you have 2 mushroom statues, which you can perform transmutation with. But of course, you need wires for that. And you could keep going up with the torch method like this. But I prefer to go the other way with doors. So what we're going to do is set it up like that. Cool. I'll put some torches just so you kind of know where it's going. But I like to do this part in multiplayer for MCGO. So we're going to save and quit. Going to host and play. There we go. So when you toggle this campfire in multiplayer, it will break. I mean, you can still keep clicking it, but next time you log in, it'll be gone. Alright. So, being in multiplayer, this performs MCGO. And, hold on, I'm going the wrong way. Need to put that wood block back. Yep, there we go. Now it's going the right way. So you'll get a lot of junk items, but there are some other useful items that you'll get along the way that you might want to use for setting up your other transmutation. It'll take a little while, but it's a lot faster than some other methods I've seen. Some other methods of Bastless Transmutation. A bit of history. I invented Bastless Transmutation last year in, I think, July. Early July. 2023. Because I was doing a Skyblock run. Or Shimmering Skies. I was like, it'd be nice to have teleporters so that I could cheese Duke Fisher on. So I wanted to figure out a way to transmute some wiring stuff. So you can see we've got some timers. They're handy. So we keep going. We're almost there. I mean, you can keep whatever you want here. But for the purposes of this, I'm only really keeping wiring stuff. Because that's useful for creating a better transmutation setup. So we're almost there. Here we go. And we went one too far. So remove that. Perfect. Can I do this without updating that? Yep. Cool. So we can do this to get as much wire and red pressure plates as we need. From this door black hole. And these torches, you can kind of use them to see what the door's going to give you if you're doing this in single player instead of multiplayer. But I'd rather do this in multiplayer. But now you want to keep going down in ID. Because even with wire, you still can't really do a whole lot. You need a way to place the wire. And there we go. So just like that, we've got a wrench, wire cutters, and wire. And a way to activate the wire. And we're not too far away from more mushroom statues. So what I showed before, using the torches going up in item ID, is not necessary. There we go. Mushroom statue. So, just by doing this, you have pretty much everything that you'll need to perform Philosopher's Stone using a mushroom statue. And then, using that, you can get bar statues or whatever else you need. So yeah, I discovered this before the crafting glitch was ever a thing. I used this in a playthrough, beating the game with nothing but a leaf block and no starting items. And believe it or not, I still couldn't do this because I needed dirt to grow wood. But that's another story. I'd like to shout out a few people. Arc Quasar for helping me understand the fuel tiles and such. Once I understood that, the rest kind of clicked and then managed to get a working setup in a day. It was not nearly this elegant, though. Ethereal, the transmutation man himself. Who else? Cryptic for inviting me to the TWC server. And Crawdad for creating this very lovely desync. I did have a method to perform this exact transmutation setup using doors and coins, and it was very annoying. So, shoutouts to Crawdad for simplifying that greatly. Actually, I want to show. It doesn't work on the left side. You have to do it on the right. But you can also do this with block swap. You don't have to do it with a smart cursor like this. Golly, I wanted to say something else. Oh yes, that desync is also good for using with statues for check 2xx stuff. So you can like turn statues into souls of might and other such stuff, which is a bit limited, but yep, that's a thing you can do. I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and try to help out. Don't know if I'll leave this video unlisted or not, because I originally didn't want to share this because I was afraid of redigit patching the game, but from what they've showed in the state of the game, I think it's fairly likely that they have properly patched transmutation. And I've seen a few people kind of posting about Bastless Transmutation recently, so I thought might as well go ahead and finally make this video that I've been meaning to make for like a year. And here it is. Alright. Thank you for watching, and take care.